Hey guys, I'm Paul once again with Twin Flicks, a film channel for film lovers like yourself. Hope everyone out there is having a fantastic day today. So today we are reviewing a Blu-ray that I've been very excited about, and this is a big collector's edition with 3 different cuts and a bunch of extras. So from the MVD Rewind Collection comes the 1992 cult sci-fi classic Nemesis.
Nemesis. West Rain will be destroyed somehow, someway.
He should die for what he's done. Get out!
In a future false world.
Now Nemesis is set in a dystopian future where a burned out cop is forced to find his partner who went rogue and to stop him from delivering data to cyborg terrorists who are planning to wage war against the humans.
To the cyborg enemy, he is their nemesis.
Guys, this review is going to be a little bit longer than my average reviews, mainly because I'm going to be digging into the collector's edition that includes 3 different cuts of the film, with the theatrical cut on one Blu-ray and the director's cut and the Japanese cut on a separate DVD, which has some very major issues with that I'm going to get into shortly in the review. But to start things off with, before we get into the review, here are some Blu-ray specs for Nemesis. Nemesis is presented for the first time on Blu-ray with a new HD 1080p transfer and a new Dolby Digital 5.1 surround mix and the original PCM 2.0 stereo mix. The Blu-ray offers 2 different aspect ratios, a 1.78:1 and a 2.35:1 ratio, and I'll get more into the differences in the review. As far as the DVD is presented in the 2.35:1 ratio and offers only the original 2.0 stereo audio track. Alright guys, let's kick it off into the review. First off guys, the Rewind Collection from MVD is still a relatively new line, and this is by far the best looking Blu-ray coming from the Rewind Collection catalog. As I said earlier, the Blu-ray is presented in 2 different aspect ratios, a 2.35:1 and a 1.78:1. The difference is really quick. The 1.78:1 means that the image does fill your entire screen, and the 2.35:1 does have the black bars on the top and bottom like this. Why are there 2 different ratios on this Blu-ray? Well, I spoke to MVD last night, and the producer of the Blu-ray told me that Nemesis was shown with both different formats, and they had access to both HD transfers. And so they decided to just include both versions to give fans and collectors of the movie every version that exists as a definitive collector's edition. However, he did point out that the director of the film told him that the intended ratio is the 2.35:1 and that that's the one you're intended to watch. So let's get into the differences. Well, being it's the intended ratio, the disc is defaulted to the 2.35:1 aspect ratio, but both formats offer similars and also differences, besides the obvious frame sizes. So between the 2 ratios, I honestly found the color palette looks pretty much identical and they both look great. The biggest difference I saw between the 2 really came down to the grain level. The 1.78 seems to have a lot heavier grain levels than the 2.35 version, given it's a full screen, so you're going to see more grain and more so in the darker and dim lit scenes. Another issue with the 1.78 ratio is some of the scenes look almost video-like at times. That said, detail levels are remarkably good with the 2.35:1 version and has a much more grittier appearance, which is not a bad thing. Skin tones looks great. Sometimes it is a little too yellowish and pinkish, but it's not bothersome and it's not throughout the film. The color palette, while not a glowing, robust palette with popping deep colors, it still looks great and offers enough contrast and saturation to give it a great looking appearance. This is a fantastic looking Blu-ray and the best Nemesis will ever look on home media. As for the DVD, it's in the intended 2.35:1 ratio for both the director's cut and the Japanese version. However, there is a major setback with this video transfer, and I'm going to show you really quick. Take a look at this.
Like introduce my right arm, Fran Terry.
Guys, this is awful. As you could tell, the video is blurry and fuzzy. It looks like that it wasn't even sized right in the frame. Titles and icons in the beginning of the film are lower than the Blu-ray version. The Japanese version also has some of the same issues as well. However, like I said, MVD wanted to give fans and collectors every single version, and you have it as a definitive collector's edition, which is awesome. Alright guys, how about the audio? Well, the feature does include a new 5.1 surround mix and the original stereo mix. The 5.1 surround mix is great. The music and sound effects are surround heavy with gunfire, cars, even wind, music and other surround effects. The rear surround levels come through loud and clear. There's some nice panning between the front speakers and the rear. It offers a good amount of force to the sound effects and also the musical score. The dialogue is delivered cleanly and clearly in the center speaker. The bass, while it's there, it's used very sparingly, and there isn't much power to the bass, which was a little disappointing during some of the action scenes, which also makes the dynamic range suffer some. While you can tell the age of the movie with both audio tracks, I didn't find any audio dropouts or distortion, and overall I was very happy with the 5.1 audio transfer and was pleasantly surprised by it. And as for the 2.0 stereo track, it also sounds really good. While being a stereo track, I honestly thought it would feel more confined and sound muddy compared to the 5.1 surround mix, but it's the opposite of that. Even though all the audio is fixed in the front speakers, it still sounds great and has good amount of force to the audio. The dialogue is likewise comes out very clear and crisp. It's a good sounding track. And as for the DVD, it only includes the 2.0 stereo track on both the director's cut and the Japanese cut, and the audio on both is a little honestly wishy-washy. Some scenes sound dull and muddy, and others it just sounds fine, but nothing impressive, nothing really to write home about. Alright guys, let's get into those Blu-ray extras. For the Blu-ray, it includes a new 2018 interview with director Albert Payan, and that runs about 40 minutes. This was a great sit-down interview as the director dives into the biography of the film and more. It includes a new 2018 interview with producer Eric Carson, which runs 33 minutes, and it includes a commentary track from director Albert Payan, and includes trailers, including trailers for the Nemesis sequels and other MVD Rewind Collection Blu-ray titles. But the best part of the DVD are the extras. It has a ton of them and you're going to love them. Here's the lowdown of all the slew of extras on the DVD. So as we already discussed, the DVD does come with the director's cut of Nemesis, dubbed Nemesis 2.0, which runs actually shorter than the theatrical version at 1 hour and 27 minutes. It also includes the Japanese cut, which is longer, which runs 1 hour and 35 minutes. But the special features include an introduction and conclusion from director Albert Payan. It also includes an introduction by the lead actor, Oliver Grunner, an interview with actor Oliver Grunner, and it has a really cool feature called Kill Count, which helps you keep track of the carnage throughout the film, which was pretty cool. It also includes an original featurette of the making of Nemesis, and it includes featurette on stunts and the special effects, a featurette solely on the visual effects, and it includes trailer and TV spots. And this Blu-ray also is equipped with a collectible fold-out mini poster. It's a replica of the original movie poster from 1992. Alright guys, now let's get into the scores. For the Blu-ray, I'm overall going to give the video a 4 out of a 5. For the 5.1 surround audio mix, I'm giving it a 3 out of a 5. For the 2.0 stereo audio mix, I'm giving it a 4 out of a 5. As for the extras, I'm giving it a 3 out of a 5. And as for the DVD, for the video, I'm giving it a 1.5 out of 5. Honestly guys, I still don't know what happened to this video transfer. It's extremely disappointing being it's the director's cut, and it would have been so nice to have had a nice pristine video transfer on this, and it would have been nice to have it in an HD 1080p on Blu-ray transfer, but this is what we have. As for the DVD audio, I'm giving it a 2 out of a 5. And for all the extras included on the DVD, I'm giving it a 4 out of a 5. Overall Blu-ray score, a 4 out of a 5. The DVD overall score, a 2.5 out of a 5. As for the movie itself, I'm giving it a 4 out of a 5. I had a lot of fun with it. Guys, Nemesis is just a fun sci-fi romp from the early 90s. It does have a strong following, and fans who love the film, they can finally add this to their collection. Nemesis is now available on Blu-ray from the MVD Rewind Collection, and it ranges from $25 to $30 depending on where you grab it, or you can order it from MVD at the link below in the description. Alright guys, I want to give thanks to MVD for sending us this Blu-ray and reviewing it for you guys and letting you know if it's worth picking up, and it is. And of course, I want to thank all of you guys out there. If you're going to pick up Nemesis, let me know down below in the comments and let me know what you think of the movie if you've seen it. As always guys, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future.